So welcome back to another video on our FTC Robotics Intakes Series. Today we're talking about claw designs, specifically claw designs that have a solid wall and a single moving arm, about some benefits, some drawbacks to them, and then how you might use them in your robot. One thing I want you to keep in mind is that this is just a seed idea. This is not a fully completed robot, but it is a place that you can take this assembly and you can build off of it as a way of developing your ideas for your robotics. So let's go get started. Let's talk about a very basic arm design here. So I've got a claw here, and effectively all I've done is I've got a servo with a servo horn, and I basically have a stick. This is my claw arm. Obviously, it's not very well designed, but the basic concept is that you can push this arm down and you'll be able to clamp something between a movable arm and an immovable wall. A lot of people think that you need to make claws that work on both sides. That's not necessary. You can totally have a fully functional claw just running on one side. So this is an object from the FTC season of 2023-2024. And I'm just going to demonstrate this working on a simple object here. So if I were to take this claw, you can imagine that this is attached to a robotic arm. I can come down, put my piece against my flat object, actuate my servo, and I've got actually a pretty solid way of releasing and picking up. And you can see that I can shake this thing around pretty good. And surprisingly, it's not coming off despite not having a well-aligned claw arm. If I were to make some improvements, I might say angle this piece so that it actually matches a little bit better this arm. But overall, it's actually a pretty good claw design. Another thing you can do to make it stay even a little better is you can grab some thick rubber bands. You can go ahead and give yourself a wrap around a few times. And by adding a little bit of rubber to the edges here, you can grab a far more sticky claw that is far more likely to be able to grab this pixel or this object in a variety of different ways. So the basic claw concepts here. Claws don't need to have two moving arms. You can very easily have a single moving arm, push it against a solid object, and it's quite capable at picking things up. So I hope that this helps you with figuring out some different ways you can think about intakes. Remember, this is a seed idea. You should take this idea and build off of it. You should not take this as a finished idea. There's lots of improvements can be made, but it does kind of spark your brain. I hope that there are different ways of moving things around. So best of luck on your robotics project.